The Dyson Sphere's construction continues, and while some of our most advanced resources we've recently arranged for transport sort themselves out, a quick polish pass of some of our literal... Can we actually fly? There we go. Of some of our literal most basic resource exports is in order. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, this is one of the main culprits. Silicon. Now, it actually seems like we have a decent amount on the way now, but it also seems like maybe there might be a bit of a bottleneck. So we'll need to take a look at that. I don't know that there's anything more I can do here. In the previous episode, I went ahead and hooked up the remaining silicon export kind of on this planet. And by export in this case, I mean node. So we've got that mining. So what I need to do now is take a look. I'm here in Zeta RA, and I'm going to stay here because this is obviously, well, at least for a moment, because this is obviously one of the first areas where we did any kind of expansion and set up imports from outside of the system. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so we have lots of silicon, almost 10 million silicon on this planet that is not being mined at all, and plenty of power, I believe, to support such an effort. Yeah, tons of power. So, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? It looks like that will be the entire node if I do it right there. Perfect. Not quite powered, which is ironic because it's literally surrounded by power buildings, but there we go. And now it's just a... hello? I know I just clicked F3. There we go. Now it's just a matter of getting this hooked up. Curved too much. That's a lie. Because I just... There we go. Now, because of the amount of power we have, I can go ahead and crank this all the way up. That's a pretty big deposit. Oh, we have another one right here, actually, which is hilarious. So let's go ahead and set this up for remote demand. And then, wait a minute, are there... No. There have been only 5 transports here this whole time. This whole time. Now, granted, this particular planet wasn't doing a lot. It's just bringing in one rare resource, which is organic crystal. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. Let me see if I can make this work. We might. I think that's the whole thing. No, there's 20 silicon veins, right? Yeah, so if I want all 20, there's that one there. I have to do something like this, maybe? Ooh, it's going to be tight. I can get 19 if I do this. Alright, I'll take the 19. 19's good enough for me. Let's go ahead and power it. And then, same thing, what I'm going to do is set up just a line export here, straightforwardly. And then crank the gathering speed up on these. And then that's probably got our silicon, like, set for the next little while. And we are going to transport some almost immediately, because this is coming from within the system. Won't even be difficult to move. But we've got that going. And, what else do we have going on? Let's take a look at the local system. Production-wise. So we were just on Zeta RA1. We're on Zeta RA2 right now. Zeta RA3 is also producing silicon, so let's head over there. Because there's nothing wrong with having it come from multiple sources. It means more transports will get involved. And there's less burden on single planets. Not a bad thing. Just need to find Zeta RA3. I'm just following this around. Really? Where is Zeta RA3? Oh, right there. Hello! It's actually not that far away. I'm just going to cruise over here. Increase my speed. Okay, that's a little bit fast. Slow down. Slow down. Thank you. All right, and here, we're obviously producing silicon as well. Do I have it set up for export in the same way? Yes, I do. It's just that, hang on, let's look at power. Power-wise, here is a little bit, this planet's just a little bit dicier power-wise. It is a wind energy planet, so let me go ahead and get some additional wind energy down, just because it won't take me long to do. I can actually double this ring real quick. And then I'll very likely never come back to this planet. I just want to make sure these basic resources, these ores that we're exporting from certain worlds, are in plentiful supply, so that things like the processors on Zeta RA1 don't slow down to the same degree. That's all I'm here to do. So we're going to double this planet's power production. We're almost all the way around here. And that's almost... Oh, hang on. Not quite it. Not quite. Thought we were all the way around, but no dice. Perfect. And now all I have to do is fly around and let this build. And then we'll make sure that silicon is in good shape here. It does look like it could use a little bit more. One of the one of the more amusing exchanges that we've had over the past few days in comments is after the trip to Kasora and also the trip to that gas giant, which we set up last episode for the deuterium export. There was a very, very stern, well, not stern is the wrong way to put it, but just a dire warning like, hey, make sure you never warp away when your construction bots are still flying around. Which, that is terrifying to think about. The idea that you can just warp away from a construction bot, especially if you're doing something in orbit of a gas giant where they get so far behind you, and your construction bot now just has to fly under its own power, dead battery, all the way back to you wherever you are, which would take hours of game time. Depending on distances, it could be days of game time, especially given where we were in the last episode. It wasn't a short trip to get where we were. So that made me laugh really hard, because it's like, oh wow, yeah, that's utterly terrifying, and I never want to think about that. Thanks very much. All right, so we have this. Honestly, this silicon's not going to last much longer, but we have another one right here. I can probably set up a couple. Let's see, if I do this correctly, I might be able to get that whole deposit. There's 17 altogether. Maybe not. Yep, there we go. That's all 17 right there. And it is powered. So now all I need to do is... We're going to merge these. We are going to merge them. It makes sense to merge them. Oh, is that line elevated? It is. It's okay. This works. Just wasn't expecting it to be elevated like that. So we'll merge them like this. All right, so that's a little bit of extra silicon. And then the question is, can we set up an additional... How much do we have here? Yeah, we still have close to 2 million. Not as much as we have on the first planet, but it's not bad. So where else do we have any? Those might be the only 2 deposits. Yeah, those are actually the only 2 deposits. Perfect. That's literally the rest of the silicon here. So how am I doing on... Yeah, these have 10. There are definitely 10 transports here. All right, so this planet's done. Let's take a look at Zeta RA4. If I can properly leave orbit. Accelerate. Thank you. Zeta RA4 is also bringing in silicon. So Zeta RA4, I remember being more out in this general direction a moment ago. There it is. Let's pay it a visit. So Zeta RA has been like an unsung MVP system for this entire series, because you got to think, this planet is outputting so many basic resources to me constantly, and making sure that I have everything in place. Power-wise, how are we doing here? Yeah, we're completely fine. Yeah, this silicon vein is not going to last much longer, and that's the only one that we're running. So I still have plenty here, but it doesn't look like there's any nearby. There might be... Yeah, there's considerably more silicon in one other deposit much farther south. So in this case, I am going to do, by somewhat popular demand and also out of just sheer laziness and desire to keep moving, I am going to set up my logistics drones here. And we're going to set this to local demand, remote supply. And then what we'll do with this is come down here to the silicon vein. It's a good ways down, farther away from everything else. 17 veins altogether. This is a really bright planet. And I don't think... Yeah, you know what? I will set the gathering speed up to 300% because I think we have the power for it. So I'm just going to run that. Let's go ahead and put these here. And then we will place... Man, I can barely see the line on the ground on account of... Yeah, there we go. And then this should connect me just fine. Magical. Alright, so what we're going to see as we head back this direction is a bunch of transport vessels. Well, maybe not a bunch, because they have to, yeah, they have to fly in sequence when they are confident there's a load they're going to be able to carry. But now, all of those will be able to do their job much more effectively. Let's check the power load here. We're still completely fine on power, which is great to see. So now, we just let those transports do their job. They're going to bring silicon back here. It is being remotely supplied. And so I think the next most sensible thing to do... First of all, let's put a few things away. I think I should head back to Alpha Andromeda now. And I'm going to drop off a lot of these orbital collectors that I have in my inventory. Because I have way too many of them at the moment. So, where are you? Alpha Andromeda, there you are. That's one of the downsides of being in a system that's relatively close to your home system. It's like when you're running around and it's time to head back. If you're farther away, you kind of look in one direction and see the cluster of all the planets and systems that are close together supporting Alpha Andromeda. But when you're within that cluster, it can be a little bit more of, where the heck are you? Just a little bit more disorienting. Alright, we've arrived. And with that... So it does look like fuel is starting to be a real problem here. How are we even doing on that? 8.36 crude oil per second across the entire planet. What that indicates to me is that there's at least one... It's so funny that this is even still functioning a little. This is the original crude oil seat that everything's based on. Alright, so you can see our hydrogen storage emptying out rapidly here. It's not the end of the world, but it just means that... You know, I did realize in the last episode, and I'm remembering again, that there is a solution for our fuel shortage. Absolutely. And it involves a trip to Leonis Minoris, but I could totally do it. I could totally do it. Hang on, I'm just looking at this, trying to figure out the best way to manage it. Yeah. Yeah, this is completely doable. Oh my god. Alright, so we have this line here that's currently completely empty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect... Well, I'll leave that open to potentially be used by something else in the future, but I don't know what that something else would be at the moment. It would be a hydrogen source. But now we're going to connect that line there. Now that line, just so you can see it very clearly, this raised line did at one point bring hydrogen in. But what if we started using it to bring fuel in? Because we totally could. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're currently not doing anything with this slot. I'm going to clear and reset, and then set up crude oil. We'll put it on remote demand. Obviously, there's no source of crude oil right now, but we can then have it brought in like that, and we'll be good to go. Now, it does look like I might have a little bit too much stuff to put away, so let's make a little room for my bots. There we go. It's getting a little better. All right, so I've got to put these extra orbital collectors away. All right, so we have a bunch here. Yeah, these are just, frankly, too many of these. What I'll do is I'm going to set up this storage, but I'm going to just do that. So we're not going to let them actively build any more of those. It doesn't make sense. What are you short on? Wait, what? You're short on accumulators? How is that? Do I not have extra power? Oh. That's interesting. So, power-wise, I might not have had a surplus for a bit there. Yeah, because I'm producing plenty of excess in these. Also, what's going on here? Okay, some stuff is partially proliferated, some isn't. That's fine. Let's take a look at lens production, too. I'm being a little ADD at the moment because there's so many things that I kind of want to check on the health of. It's so nice to see this tower completely full, by the way. Can we just enjoy that? All right, so we're still a little bit short on strange matter. Why is that? Are we just at production capacity or not producing enough? That's very interesting. I would have thought that situation would have resolved itself, but it appears we still have a shortage of this resource. How is that? It looks like it's coming in as fast as it possibly can. Nope, nope, just kidding. So are we still short on that resource? Yeah, we have 10,000 on the way. Maybe it's still... That's not possible. It's not possible that it's still on the way. It can't be. We have 10,000 in transport right now. Okay. So here's one thing I said I was going to do. And I do need to check my power situation so that this doesn't become a problem. But I mentioned that I wanted to make sure that my important, like, and there's several of them, export stations all have maximum charging power, which is going to require me to do more to support them a little bit. It's fine, though. It's just that these need to be moving around a lot. Yeah, there are some aspects of the supply chain here that have broken down a bit. Not necessarily in a way that is a threat directly to my operations, but I still want to keep an eye on it. Alright, so everything that I'm doing here, this is going to increase power consumption pretty dramatically. Also, apparently we are short on spiniform stalagmite crystal, which is not surprising, given how much is being consumed on Gakrooks. Not surprising in the slightest. So, let's take a look at the power situation. Yeah, we definitely need to set up some more artificial suns. Actually need to build some more artificial suns now that I think about it. Tell you what, let's go ahead and move you very temporarily. All right, so power-wise, we're still over the top, even with that artificial sun, so we're going to need to just build more of those. Because thankfully, I'm not short on the requirements for those. I have plenty of those materials. It's not a problem. So I just need to grab a few of these. Where are you? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And I can build 3 more. And then if I have any extra, I rather doubt that I do. Oh, I do, actually. I didn't think I would have this many sitting here. But I do. So that worked out. So I can then build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to build that many more of these here. I just want to get my power situation in a better place before I go anywhere. Alright, now we're generating 1.25. I can keep going. There's nothing to stop me from building like another one. I wish you could build them a little closer together, though. That would be great. Let me remove the sorter previews. It was saying that I could build one here, but I don't actually see where that would be possible. Oh, wait. Did you see that? Oh, yeah, here we go. How is that? That seems bugged. That's not working correctly, but if this connects, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, that's not working correctly. That's actually so hideous that I'm going to delete it because it hurts my soul a little bit. All right, so we have these inputting here, so I do have to move this line if I want to expand this in a, sensible way. So let's just bring you out like this. Ah, did they just take the extra? They did. It's so rude. Like, I'm literally using those guys. You keep doing this to me. It's so funny. I love it. It's great. It's just they take the resources that I need as I'm actively building things, and it's just like, no, I really could have done without you taking that. Thank you. Give that back. Appreciate it. Okay, so that's a pretty considerable increase to power production here. Hopefully won't run into as many issues. But, again, I guess we're producing these in a lot of different places, so it does make sense that I'm really chewing through these resources quickly. But it's just, it just surprises me that we're so light on them. All right, so now we have a lot more excess of power. So we should have an easier time producing those charged batteries. Okay, now I have a bunch of graviton lenses that I can get rid of. I don't feel as much pressure to like empty out my inventory now. So I suppose at this point, now that I've got some of those exports set up, I do see a little bit more strange matter coming here, but it's just, there's a lot of demand for these, and I just think it's tough to keep up. I think it's tough for this production apparatus to keep up. So I need to find a way to bring in a more reliable stream of unipolar magnets, even than what I've already set up. It might involve going back. You know what? Yeah. Next stop. First of all, let's see how things are looking on Zeta RA1. And we can look at our exports. All right, so we're producing 400 processors per minute on Zeta RA1 over the last 10 minutes. So a lot more going out, and hopefully when we get back to Gakrux, we'll actually notice that there are plenty there. So I am going to head to Gakrux because I want to make sure that everything is on the up and up there. I want to make sure that there are no obvious shortages there, at least. Because that'll tell me what to focus on. This entire thing needs to be moving smoothly. Let's take a look at the Dyson Sphere real quick. 10 gigawatts. Very good. And still, I'm seeing lots of rocket launches, which is good. That shows that, I mean, the production chain is functional. It just maybe is not as efficient as it could be, could be or should be. And welcome to Dyson Sphere Program, I guess. It's a perpetual consideration of ours. Gakrux 5. I keep forgetting, that there in fact are planets much farther out than the one we've been using. Man, look at this planet. There's so much going on. So we're at 10 gigawatts. And again, we don't even have panels yet. So we're nowhere near what we could be. All right, so I'm seeing plenty of sulfuric acid. Plenty of deuterium. That's real. Look at that. Look at that. Completely full. So that's great news. Let's see. It looks like some of these are still slow, though. Why is that? Because deuterium can't make it all the way down the line? There is a solution for that, actually. A very straightforward one. And one that we've worked on a lot in this series, one that I've learned a lot about. So let's go ahead and set up an additional line here. I think, yeah, this should work. There we go. You're going to come over here. And then we're going to bring you down like so. And now, for a moment, we're going to stop everything. Just for a moment. We're going to set up not one, but two pilers side by side. And then we will have a splitter. Like so. Might need to move it slightly. That's fine. Should have seen that coming. Oh, I don't have those oriented in the right direction, do I? Those are definitely backwards. There we go. I was about to say, you should be lighting up, but you're not. But there's a really good reason for that. Hello. There we go. Alright, so now we have dual output on that line, and we've started piling those. Now that should hopefully help more deuterium get down this entire thing. We'll have to see how it goes, though, because I don't want this to have a shortage. It's not good for my apparatus for this to have a shortage. Okay, this is looking promising. It's almost to the end of the line, so that if that one change fixed the problem, I'm going to be very happy. Ooh, that looks really good. Oh, that looks really, really good. I think that might have fixed it. Okay, perfect. So now all I need to see, yeah, see, now it's just stacking. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's starting to stack. Oh, that's glorious. Okay, so this entire line is now producing. Let's make sure that we have enough power to support this. Yeah, we do. Might need to change that soon. But now we have a lot more output on those, and those are going to travel a good ways up here. Let's see how things are looking up top. And yeah, so that's going to make sure that we are able to produce even more rockets. It looks like everything else is rock solid, because the other things that we need... Hang on, let's take a look at chips. Yep, I see lots of processors. That's great. We're completely good on filters. Oh my god, this is wonderful. This is so good to see. So is there a bottleneck anywhere? I mean, it looks like I've got a buffer in all of the major resources that I need right now. These lines are all full. That's wonderful to see. So now what that means is that I have the ability to much more effectively just build some additional launchers. Let's get that done. And I think I can grab... Let's see, yeah. Let me go ahead and grab some of these off the line here. Just 200 is fine. Yeah, and now I need more. Now I need more lenses. So one thing I can definitely do... 10.1 gigawatts, how about that? One thing I can definitely do is I can start thinking about getting photons from this planet now, because we're at 10 gigawatts, for God's sake. I guess it's time, while I'm literally right here, I think it makes sense to do this. Let's go ahead and expand this apparatus a little bit. Especially if we're going to start doing more with photons soon. I just want to make sure I don't run out of power on this planet ever. Oh, this is still Zeta RA1. Hang on, local planet. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Still good that I did that. I was looking at the wrong world. I should have noticed that those numbers were a little bit low. That's the danger of switching to local planet monitoring. But anyway, now that that is properly understood, I've got lots more launchers, and let's get them built. Actually, how many did I build at a time? Was it 10? I think it was 10. So if I went and grabbed more lenses... I could build several more. Yeah, this is starting to back up. That's lovely to see. Let's take a look at our spiniform stalagmite crystal here as well. Oh yeah, we have lenses right here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold the F on. If I've got them importing... You know what that means? That's right. I was preparing to get these set up for automated production, and now I have everything I need to make that happen. Oh my gosh, just in between all the stuff I've been working on for the last couple of days, I forgot I took that step. I've already got tons of lenses sitting right here. Oh, that's glorious. Oh, that's freaking amazing. Okay, I also have lots of these. Like, too many. So now I can make a bunch more. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hang on. I mean, I can automate this. Totally. But, oh my god, look at how many. There's so many. Where is my titanium? I need to find that. I think it's on the other pole. Yeah, it is. It's fine. It's on the other pole. Oh, this is fantastic. All right, we're about 35 minutes in, so I need to stop. But next episode, that's absolutely what I'm going to do. I'm going to start automating the production of the launchers. Not the actual construction, obviously. Okay, spiniform stalagmite. It's good. I've got some on the way, but I probably need to do more to make sure that... Yeah, everything is set up here for... All right. Starting to see energetic graphite shortages. That's fine, though, because I want to burn that stuff. So bring it on. Deuterium continuing to do really well. It's completely full. Maybe needs a little bit of extra love, but it's more or less completely full. That's good to see. Yeah. This is just insanely good. Alright, so let's grab some titanium alloy, since it's right here. Now, for whatever reason... Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, these are expensive in terms of titanium alloy to build. So noted. They take a lot just to build one. Which is fine, but it's just good to be aware of. Yeah, we don't have a backup of these yet, but the deuterium is now... I mean, those are building much more rapidly than they were before, thanks to the changes I just made to deuterium. So that's a huge win with the amount that we're bringing in. And yeah, we still need to produce more, but we're doing a lot better in that regard. So let's come here. Nice. Now I can build several more. And I need to put these here, produce 5 more. Oh my god, this is great. This is frickin' great. Alright, that's enough. I have the ability to put my blueprint down, and let's do that. I can do it right here with ease. Now, of course, because of throughput and because of how quickly they're just being taken up, not all of these are necessarily going to be able to launch very easily. But that's okay. It is okay. Alright, so I recall that I do need... Hang on. Yeah. Need to get some of these placed. How many was it? Was it 8? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it was. It was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we need to put you right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and I think that's everything. I don't think I need to do anything else. I remember having a little bit of maintenance with some of these, but I think, yeah, those got placed as part of the blueprint, so that worked out kind of perfectly. So all I need really is for rocket production... Are these connected here? They are. All I need is for rocket production to increase to the point that it can make it all the way through this chain. Because right now, I have more rocket launchers than I can possibly get rockets to in a reasonable amount of time. So we just need to increase rocket production. And I think I've got a lot of the pieces in place to do that. We can focus on that. We're at 10.2 gigawatts now. Any complete frames? There's the question. No, but we're getting close. This is quite normal. You know, when you have the first stages of the Dyson Sphere building, it's normal to see, like... There's one that's almost done there, but it's normal to see the rockets kind of spread out their effort and not focus when things are almost done in one particular area, because they are trying to build the whole thing at once. So, fairly soon we should start gaining the ability to add in panels, which is going to increase our output dramatically and give us the ability to start harvesting antimatter from this world directly, which will make a huge difference with some of the support stuff that we already have set up, but that is depending only on Alrami to keep things moving. Yeah. Lots of good progress this episode and more to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and additional perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon, US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.